Oscar Wilde once wrote, "To live is the rarest thing on earth. Most people simply exist. That is all." The American dream began as a simple idea that a few brave souls had the vision to believe in and the courage to fight for. Freedom means many things to many people, but to us, it is simply the pursuit of happiness. It's the journey, not the destination.
The answer is, hey, wait a minute, I have FBI crime statistics that come out a year late, 2011. 20+% crime drop in the last 9 years. Real violent crime. Fucking F. The tyrants did it. Hitler took the guns. Stalin took the guns. Mao took the guns. Fidel Castro took the guns. Hugo Chavez took the guns. And I'm here to tell you, 1776 will commence again. Fucking take our firearms. Doesn't matter how many lemmings you get out there on the street begging for them to have their guns taken. We will not relinquish them. Do you understand? There were about 11,458. Fucking about 74% of those were gang-related, gangbanger shooting each other. This right here. You think you're a tough guy? Have me back with a boxing ring in here, and I'll wear red, white, and blue, and you can wear your Jolly Roger. Because there's criminals, I don't lose my rights here. Because there's criminals, I don't lose my rights. I really want to give you, I want to give you the big enchilada. You want to get to the frog stuff now? A little boy is biologically a girl.
We shouldn't
be fucking S.
Alex Jones.
Back at it again, boys. What's going on? Fucking Tuesday? It's Tuesday. This unemployment shit is fucking me up like you wouldn't believe. Waiting on people to get back to me. It's the job I want and stuff. It's pretty full, but hoping to maybe get in there. We'll see. If anyone's got any sales jobs or anything they want to get me into, I'm grateful for opportunities. I love saying that shit. Pretty proud of that intro I made. I do this all fucking on iMovie with a small speaker, and I'll do video if I ever got a camera. But I'm nervous you guys would make fun of my Indian Jewish body and nose. I have one of the fucking things I used to say to people is when they were talking shit to me, I would just go like, oh, all right, whatever, big nose, or and they wouldn't even, my nose would be bigger than them, but it always shut down the conversation. Everyone would fucking start laughing after that and shit. And, you know, whoever was the antagonizer ended up usually buying me a drink, hopefully. I don't drink too much anymore. Speaking of not drinking, fucking Alex Jones, I don't know if nobody that I talk to fucking watches him, which is absolutely insane. Dude is an absolute entertainer. I think he's funny as fuck. He delivers the news to what he thinks is the truth, which is so passionate. Regardless of all the crazy shit he says, I think politics in itself is pretty fucking stupid. But he just gives you a different perspective, and then you can look up after everything he fucking says, and he's right. There's this thing he was talking about yesterday, I think it was yesterday, and about humanoids. They got a baby's head on a mouse. They're making these fucking weird shit in the labs, dude. There's universal karma tied to that. I don't see what benefits come from that. If they're so concerned about people, let's try to stop aborting so many babies. How about that? I never understood that. The diabetes thing. I got a buddy that's got diabetes. He told me it was like $200 fucking for one of those diabetes pens. I would die. I would just die. I wouldn't do it. I would just fucking die. I apologize if that hurts anyone's feelings, but I'm getting to the point where it's like, man, what the fuck do we do? What is the next step that we can take? You know, I can't even talk to my family about it. My dad has a friend who wife is breastfeeding, didn't get the vaccine, husband got the vaccine, both got nailed by the variant, whatever they fucking call it, Sugma or whatever it is. And she's got pneumonia, wet lung going on right now. And they're worried that she might die, but yet she was a nurse, worked through the whole thing last year, never got it or anything, but all of a sudden her husband gets, I mean, call me crazy. Call me crazy. I wore a mask when it first started. I actually wore a mask everywhere I went, just honestly because I didn't want the conflict or anything. I'm 6'1", 190 pounds, got kind of a mullet thing going on. And I look people in the eyes, I think. So I think they already know when I had the mask on that I was someone that was not for it to begin with. But now I don't wear a mask anywhere, and people definitely give me dirty looks. I think perspective is actually nuts. I think people on the coast are living a totally different perspective than what we got going on. I listen to a lot of Tim Dillon. That dude is amazing. I can't say enough of. It sounds super fucking gay to say this, but that dude may have changed my perspective on the outlook of life. And I don't know if he'll ever hear this or anything like that, but thank you, Tim. That's something crazy. And people, I have my sister doesn't think you're gay, Tim. So maybe if you could just send a video of you sucking a dick or something to her, just to prove yourself, that would be nice. So can we get a Tim Dillon sex tape? The Tim Dillon sex tape is a request from the people. I bet Cuomo would take you to a nice Italian restaurant, let you have a little nipple play, time together or whatever. That if you guys are ever bored and you haven't ever listened to it, try to listen to the Alex Jones. I know. Obviously, I feel like if you listen to this, you're going to be already listening to that Rogan podcast. But that is one of the most entertaining fucking things. And then there's so many edits of it on the internet. It is insane. All those Spotify employees wanted it removed, and then I don't know what the Spotify CEO's real deal is, but he said it was all facts, which is something that people are still looking past, which is nothing that makes sense. I want to talk about this shit, and people want to watch The Masked Singer. What the fuck is The Masked Singer? And there's 7 different shows of The Masked Singer now? Why are... I don't get it. I don't get it. Help me understand why you guys like The Masked Singer. I don't get it, but whatever. We had a pretty decent storm out here last night. Trying to fucking fix my lawn up. Can't mow yet because it's all wet, so that's why I decided to sneak in. I'm going to keep it pretty short today. One thing I did want to talk about, and I mentioned it yesterday, because I've mentioned this to almost 10 people now, and no one has heard of it. The biggest mass murder in history happened after the Holocaust, and it all had to do with Mao, the leader of China. He wanted to basically move all these people into utopian paradises, had all their belongings taken, and then there was no fucking food for anybody. So all the people that got moved out didn't take care of the fields, which led to mass starvation. Imagine starving to death. They're eating each other, massive cannibalism, and that's like juju in the Chinese culture. 1958 to 1962, you know, it was 45 million people died in 4 years, and then they estimate another 2 to 3 million people were also tortured when they refused to move from their homesteads. It's they. How do you not talk about this? It's, what is that? 6 divided by 4. I'm not a math wizard. 30, 12. So about 8 times bigger. Even more than that. 9 times bigger. They say one of the biggest reasons they don't do it is right-wing authoritarianism. They which actually, and it's communism. You know, if anyone's actually wondering. It's nuts. I was actually a history teacher, and I never learned about this. There's something going on in Venezuela where they got forced labor camps going on right now, where I think we're going to have a similar discussion about this in the future. And no one talks about it. The Whitney Wibb, I think, lives down there. That bitch is awesome. I love Whitney Wibb. If you ever want to check something out, that's crazy. How did we not go to war for that? How is that something so overlooked? The Uyghurs right now are going through something, and now there's massive like propaganda going around that they're happier than they've ever been, and that the Chinese are teaching them the right way to live and not to have 20 kids, which essentially I understand, but that I don't think that's the way to do it, nor did they ask for any help. You know, Stalin, Hitler, Mao, if you compare the three, it's not even close. I think Stalin killed more people than Hitler. I can't remember the exact facts. But it's something that is coming here. In Australia right now, they don't have their guns, and they're trying to make it out. There's that Piers Morgan interview with Alex Jones where he talks about, well, we haven't had any shootings or whatever in the UK, and I don't know about Boris Johnson, but he seems to be on the legit stuff with getting rid of this vaccine passport. But it's coming here. What's going on in Australia will be here. Canada's like fucking bending over, taking maple syrup in the ass if you live in the city. No offense to my boys in the woods. I want to live with you. That's the shit. But it's coming. You know, I'm not allowed on Twitter, which is fucked, because all I did was tell this Antifa kid to shut his fat ass titties up or something like that, and that's why I got kicked off. And currently I'm fucking banned off Reddit because there's this video of a pit bull, and you guys probably saw it, the video of the pit bull attacking that golden retriever on the street, and it fucking attacks, and nobody's doing it. I would have fucking kicked the dog right in the face. I don't get it. How do you not be a better dog owner than that? And if your dog is going to attack another dog, don't walk it in the street. I love pit bulls. Don't get me wrong. But that is out of control. And I've never seen a golden retriever do that. I've never seen a black lab do that. I have a dog named fucking Gus. He's a black lab. Dude's a monster. 1 year old, 104 pounds. and we cut his nuts at 6 weeks. Wasn't my decision, but he is the friendliest fucking dog in the world. Too friendly. It is annoying. But I think that's a reflection on us. I'm a stern dog owner, just like I will be a parent. I think people are way too big of vaginas about being a parent. It can't be that fucking hard. My buddy Tyler had a kid, and I think the biggest thing he misses about it is freedom, but on the same hand, I don't think he would trade it for anything in the world. And I wish I could have a kid so we could fucking be bro dads together. But I just want things to be fucking easy, you know? Why can't we just go to work, pay our bills? Why is the news bombarding us with stuff? You know, they're happy news. Tim had a thing about this hokey pokey fucking dance thing, and it's true dystopia. I mean, it goes back to the Impractical Joker cruise. You can't think that is funny. The Impractical Joker cruise might be the most retarded thing on television. And I suggest you watch it on mushrooms, and you will absolutely lose your fucking mind because it's so dumb. Other things going on. They're saying that Milley, that guy that looks evil as fuck, the General Milley, sabotaged Trump, was talking about treason, fucking talking to China. All this stuff is going to say that Trump was starting this with China, when in reality, this China war is all going to come from us trying to protect Israel. Israel, you're coming from a Central European Jew. Mine were the folks that were getting round up and put into places. I don't know how my grandpa got out, but he fucking saved us. And the people in Israel are not like those. The Israel connection to the Hasidic Jews doesn't make any sense to me, you know. It's not even the general perspective on what Jewish people were. It's crazy that it's different realities. The Palestinian people that live there have full rights to that land. There is none of that freedom bullshit. The Taliban is essentially the Taliban is essentially doing what Israel is doing over there. And it's all about control. It's all about control. Israel is one of the worst partners of all time. Oh, fuck, I probably shouldn't have said that they're coming from me. I take it back. This is a satire. Satire. Did you guys see that thing where if you have over $600 in your bank account, the IRS is watching you? What is the point of that? That doesn't make sense. $600. What about the fucking rich ass motherfuckers doing everything in their power to not pay taxes? It's just bonkers. It's bonkers. Honestly, I challenge the Bush Light guy to a boxing match. That's what it all comes down to. This is what the whole show is about. I want to prove that he's a phony. And that's what it is. I want to do it on Barstool's Rough and Rowdy. Fly me out, pay for me, get me all dolled up and stuff. I'll start doing crunches now, and we'll settle this like men. I'll even have a bush lighter too. Support the cause. But that's what it's all about. Just getting that money. Just getting paper. Just get your paper as fast as you can. Gather up as many assets as you can. The biggest thing I'm proud of is I bought a big brick house. Trying to have kids in it, but at least it's fucking brick. That was something I really liked. I liked that it was brick. But that'll do it for today, I think. Tomorrow, I'm going to try to get into the LGBTQ stuff. I've been meaning to. I got a list of stuff I want to talk about with them. It's frustrating as hell. That's one thing. That's my biggest fear coming into the world, is that my kid is, and it has nothing to do with being gay. I don't care if he's gay. But, you know, I'll be uncomfortable hearing 400 pounds of man meat going at it upstairs, but I don't care if he's gay. I'm more upset with the fact that they're taking kids in their most vulnerable stages of life and filling them full of bullshit. I lost my job recently. I feel so much better not being there, and people keep, hoping that I'm okay and shit, and all that's doing is mentioning the fact that depression is there, and I don't have that. It's like almost a force field that society tries to put you into, but that's just the way my brain works. Hey, love y'all. I want you to stay easy and take care of yourselves, and just remember that maybe it'll all come back the other way eventually. That's what we can hope. I tell my dad all the time that 80s looked fucking sick. I would even go back to smoking that ditch weed. What sacrifices would you make?
The strength or determination of the United States should look to our past, and you will doubt it no longer. We will not be intimidated, and we will not let the worst atrocities in history be repeated here on this ground we fought and died so hard to secure. The time for excuses is over. Now is the time for strength. If you want peace, you must stand strong.
We dominate the sky. We dominate the sea. We dominate the land and space. But because we have, more important than equipment, we have the best people. Each of you embodies the warrior creed. Your devotion, prowess, and expertise make you the most fearsome fighting force in the history of our world. Together with our allies, America's warriors are prepared to defend our nation, using the full range of our unmatched capabilities. No one, no dictator, no regime, and no nation should underestimate every American resolve.
B fucking F.